All right, I'm fishing a brand new beach today. Weather system fizzled out. The seas are pretty flat. It's supposed to be 3 foot plus. So I'm taking advantage, kind of on a whim. Had some surf stuff rigged up. I've got some fresh shrimp. Right now I'm on the last hour of the incoming tide, and we're still in transition mode for sure. So I'm gonna put a couple baits in the first bar here, sorry, in the first slough, and maybe I'll put a couple baits on the bar since we're on the high water. I hope we get a decent action that's not a flat fish that's gonna sting me. So, sorry, stab me. It's not gonna sting me. It's gonna go right into me. So let's get started here. All right, simple stuff, right? I keep this beach stuff simple. Got some super fresh shrimp in our cooler over there. Beach fishing this time of year is perfect for meat fish because there's not much I want to keep inshore. Drum, I don't keep too much from inshore. Speckled trout, same deal. I prefer the whiting and the pompano to eat. So first bait's gonna go pretty far out around the bar, and then we'll start playing with from there. That's some cold water, man. I feel it. I felt that. First bite. Let's walk that camera down, see what it is. Try to put a shrimp in the slough, and the current was a little too strong, so I got to go to all Sputnik weights, I think. Feels like a whiting. Could be a stingray. Yes! What? 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 He was covered in a pile of grass. I was talking myself out of this. Sweet. Pompano, man. Pompano to start off the trip. My first bite, he had that little float rig there. And that guy was on the actual sandbar. Sweet, man. Sweet. Picked up a nice pile of grass with this pompano, so I kind of psyched myself into thinking it was the guy who stabbed me last week. But first bite, that can't beat that. Not for March, at least. All right, let's get this guy on ice. Keep fishing. Got him. Let's see what he is. Drag him over that bar. Swimming at me, whatever he is. Bluefish, another pompano. My boy. Second bite there. Picking up a lot of grass, so I gotta really check on my setup. So I'm probably only gonna fish 2 or 3 tops, but that one was not in the water for very long, so second bite. Good start to impromptu fishing trip, man. This guy's probably covered in grass then, so I'm gonna probably check on these pretty quickly. This is a situation of don't fall asleep on the rods because they're all getting covered in grass pretty quickly. So, all right. Let's get some new bait on there. I mean, there is a slew here. I'll try another bait in it. I didn't get bit out there. I'm getting bit on the bar for the most part. Yeah, this thing's just clumped up in weeds, so let's just check on it. Fish with these light rods. Every fish looks gigantic with these light rods. Let's see what we got here. They're not getting covered in grass. They got a fish on them pretty much off the bat. So, we'll see. It's a lot better than pulling up stingray after stingray, I'll tell you that. Good one, man. Nice size whiting there. All right, this might be the tale of two fishing rods today. More is not always better, but that makes it for two whiting and one pompano on a spring day. I have to cast pretty far as opposed to last video you saw me, I was casting in real close. Today's a totally different scenario, so I have to make a couple of slight changes, but that's a good size one of these guys. Every day last week has been some rain. March is just the month of southwest winds and transition and into most of April. The good thing is, unless it's really blowing, it's probably going to be pretty fishable on the beach. And why deal with the stress of trying to, you know, dodge thunderstorms? That rod's not getting bit. That got the pompano. This guy got bit pretty much immediately. Oh, he's on there, yeah. Black drum, huh? It's a keeper. Definitely a keeper, black drum. But you know what, I'm gonna put them back because I got enough room in that cooler there. But yeah, that's at 14 or 15, somewhere around there. Let's get them out of here though. Got two whiting and a pompano in the cooler already. I'm good. See you, buddy. I've got enough meat in the cooler, maybe if I get another pompano or two. I only brought my little cooler with me. I'm a little too lazy to walk back to the car. So let me reel this up. For some reason this guy's not getting bit anymore. Picked up the first pompano, and ever since then it's been kind of quiet on this rod. Okay, that's a number 2 owner octopus hook. Just hooking my fresh shrimp right through there like that. It's so simple. It catches fish and catches some great tasting fish. And every now and then it catches a big fish that you wouldn't expect to catch on a shrimp. That's how it goes, man. This trough looks great. But I didn't get any bites on it. Getting it all in that white water up here. Oh, got a bite here. There it is. That's a good one. Back in the magic spot there. what it is about that particular spot, but it's got fish in it pretty consistently. One of these jokers right here. Woo, that's a good one. Yeah, boy. No, I got 2 hooks in him. Suspicious. That's suspicious behavior. All right, pal. It's a good one. It's your lucky day. You get to go back, though. I think he knows how to get there. This right here is a 2-ounce Sputnik weight. I'd probably need 4 or 5 ounces to hold right now after last night's storm. So using these little weights lets me see the little bites. I feel like you hook a little more fish fishing with the lighter rods. You know, if you're fishing for small fish like me. These rods are 9'6", so they cast fairly well, but as soon as you get on that bar, you really want to try to hold versus tumble around. And there's a lot of grass on the bar too, so both of those things are kind of, you know, make it difficult. So let me put some new fresh shrimp on here, and we'll send it back out there. I put that far rod, there's a nice little slough right on the beach, losing the tide quickly. It's not getting any bites. I'm guessing that slough is about waist deep water, but no bites in the slough. Everything's on the bar in the shallows. That southwest wind's starting to kick now too, but I've only been fishing for an hour, and that's pretty good so far. So let's see if we can get a couple more fish before conditions potentially completely deteriorate here. Yeah, and this right here, I got myself, I don't know, one of these, you know, pretty convenient Titan coolers. They're enough for a few panfish, so I've got 2 pompano, 1 pompano and 2 good sized whiting in there for dinner. And my bait shrimp in here. They're super fresh and the water's still cold, so it's not too hard. I fish the heads too. You can just kind of cut down the heads a little bit like that. Is he on there? He might be. He's playing possum if he is. Yeah, he's on there. I got another fish here. Let's see what we're dealing with here, guys. Come with me. So this rod's a Daiwa DXS 9'6". They don't make this anymore, but like the TFO rods, there's quite a few similar rods to this. This guy right here is a puffer fish. He's plenty fine to eat, but I've got whiting and I've got pompano. So those guys are coming home. I've got a thunderstorm on my back. That right there, it's a nice size whiting right there. Gonna keep this one. That's gonna be the last one I'm keeping for the day. Maybe if I get one more pompano, I'll keep that guy. Let's see if we can get a couple more before this weather hits. Call that the 1 dozen shrimp challenge. It's not too bad. only came down here with a dozen shrimp, so that's not too bad. I've had maybe one junk fish bite so far. See, this is what you're getting out there. It's getting on your hooks, getting on your sinkers. It's grass. See, that's a common mistake you can make when you go fishing, especially with bait, especially in the springtime. That's when there's the most amount of that grass is around. You don't check on your, watch your rod tip enough to see if you got that junk on it. It's one of the problems with the heavier rod I've got right now. I really can't tell how bad it is. With the lighter rods, I can pretty much immediately tell if I've got junk on it. One here. Got a bite on that rod. Yeah, we got one. Check it out. Now this rod's getting bit. No skates, so I'm happy about that. See, I'm using a Penn Clash. Although it's not the most robust Penn spinning reel, I feel like of all the Penn reels, it absolutely casts the furthest. Like, I've got some battles and slammers at home. I think the Clash really gets the baits out the furthest with the most amount of ease. And with this, 20-pound suffix, it's nice to fish with, man. Another nice one. Every bite on this rod has been on the one with the float. Well, I had the double header, so, but one for the float. I'm gonna put this guy back. I've got more than enough to eat. Happy with that. I prefer a smaller float. I think as you get to those bigger, large, about a quarter-size floats, they start to really grab a lot of wind when you cast. I also do put a stopper on the float for these rigs. This is a number 2 owner Mutu circle hook. Rig consists of about 14 inches of leader to a dropper loop with a swivel, about 2 feet to another dropper loop which has this Sputnik weight, and another 18 inches or so to my next piece of shrimp. Not frozen shrimp, this is fresh shrimp. Let's get this bait back out there. All right, whoa, good fish, guys. It's a good one. This is something I gotta try to get over this bar. These Mutu hooks aren't that strong. I gotta take it easy on them. I think I got him over the bar. It's half the battle. Gotta be a stingray. think that's a small southern ray. I know he's got a stinger on him. We don't want that. That thing looks pretty vicious if you ask me. So, almost popped out on me. I do know we gotta watch out for that barb. All right, well, that's the end of my dozen shrimp. That was a pretty good action-packed afternoon. It's raining on me a little bit, but I think all that thunderstorm stuff kind of fizzled out. So conditions kind of held up here for me, luckily. And this was more or less on a whim this whole trip. I could pack up and get ready to go surf fishing a little bit faster than I can really mobilize myself to do a kayak trip into waters I'm not used to. See, I don't want to do the same thing over and over from the kayak, but you know, at the same time, sure, I'm doing the same thing soaking shrimp this time of year, and soon enough, hopefully more pompano are going to show up. But I tried to complete a different beach today. Check the video's description, links to everything used. I put the rig information in the video too, and those Sputnik weights made a big difference to fish those little noodles today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm signing out. I had a good little mixed bag session over here, and we'll see what the next video brings. Great time.